What's going on, guys? I'm Maze, here with my review of the latest Pokemon Sun and Moon anime episode. Episode 83, Ash Becomes Small. With that title now said though, get relaxed everybody, as I will now jump right into this episode review. So the episode begins off with Faba introducing himself to our Pokémon School class, as those who mean at the Pokémon School wants them to teach kids all about science. However, some of our characters don't really trust Faba after previous episode events. That's already one thing I found amusing about this episode, and I don't blame the characters at all, because once Faba reveals a machine that turns anything big small, like a Pokeball, nice comparison Faba, the machine accidentally hits Ash, Lillie and Sophocles, making them become small, and then the machine breaks, Faba having to fix it. Vulpix is tired of your shit. So our small gang then decide to have fun on their Pokemon, as they found being small kinda cool too. But because Togedemaru is such a hyper Pokemon, it accidentally breaks the machine Faba was trying to fix fully, and Togedemaru with the gang who were on it, gets sent flying outside the school and travel down the water stream. Kyoei, being the only one who's taking all of this seriously, then decides to dispatch himself and the rest of his friends as Ultra Guardians to try and find the small gang outside the school, while Pikachu and Snowy look on the ground, and while Faba tries to fix the machine overall, as he had to rebuild it. Gotta love how weirded out Kyoei was about this whole situation too. It was throughout the whole episode. Going back to our small people though, they kept encountering dangerous situation, which really gives me Pikmin vibes, but it was so fun to see. And then Lillie decides to become fully serious and decides to be prepared for staying small as a human forever, and even go on adventures with Ash. They ditched Sophocles. That was such a funny scene to me. He was always like, I want to be normal size! Whereas these two lovable goofs wanted to try out everything, which was very sweet to witness these interactions. For sure one of the best highlights of this episode. Although, I will say, I wish this journey aspect of this episode came a little bit faster, as the build up to it was longer than I hoped. But jumping into that journey aspect, Ash and Lillie explore the market in the state, which was kind of fun. Sophocles even catching up and eating giant food. Oh my god. And the gang even encounter more Pokemon who give them trouble. The biggest trouble though was this Alolan Persian, the exact same one from episode 7 too. That's a nice callback. But the Ultra Guardians finally find Ash, Lillie and Sophocles and help defeat this Alolan Persian in an epic way. But we'll talk more about that scene later. And once Ash reunites with Pikachu, it sneezes, and they all turn normal size once again, which was a very amusing twist. Just a sneeze. Kyoei just makes all of this so much better too. Oh, before they became normal size again, I freaking love the scene where Togedemaru crushed Sophocles. This episode is so comedic and fun, guys. I cannot express that enough. Oh, also, here's the daily, Lillie is cute. Look at this precious shot. The episode then ends off with the gang reuniting at the school though, where Faba fixed the machine, but because he wants to demonstrate it one more time, and because the gang were normal size again, he tries activating it again on another object, but surprise, it malfunctions and accidentally hits Togedemaru, making it huge. Which that ending shot was hilarious, and I told all of you in my previous discussions that they would make a non-canonical bad ending. It was just too obvious and it worked so well here. With that story now said though, let's now move on to my overall thoughts regarding this episode. Firstly, if you're a regular viewer, you would know that once this episode was revealed, I was actually very unsure that I would like the idea of Ash and his friends becoming small, even stating that it could be going a bit too far. But once I watched the preview, I found some enjoyment from this episode and even started to become quite hyped for the episode. And well, after watching the episode I explained, it indeed lived up to the hype I felt, as this episode was packed with so much fun, from the story concept, to the comedy, to the characters, and much more. I just really adore this episode. Kinda crazy to think I used to dislike this idea beforehand. But yeah, I would even say that this episode is one of my personal favourite Sun and Moon episodes of all time. Yeah, I'm going that far. I just found that much excitement from it. I completely understand if some of you guys watching didn't enjoy this episode though, but for me, it was like an amusement park. Very fun. So with that said, let me explain my reasoning further, starting with the story concept. It's a kind of fresh idea. Yes, we've had multiple episodes dedicated to giant Pokemon, and yes, we've seen Ash ride Pikachu before in a kind of Diamond and Pearl version of this episode, but I still believe this episode offered a lot of new features, which made for an entertaining ride. Plus, I do kind of force myself not to compare Sun and Moon episodes to other episodes, so I ignored the Diamond and Pearl thing. But what I mean by new features is us seeing Ash's, Lily's and Sophocles' experiences in their perspective, and even implementing Pokemon characteristics for the gang to get around, such as my personal favourite scene, Ash and Lily grabbing a Comfey to get to where they needed to go. Like, I find both of these features to be so clever and intriguing, really making me admire this episode's concept. I just love details like this so much. We even have the crazy experiences too, such as Togedemaru and the gang getting caught up in the stream, and the main trouble for this episode, the Alolan Persian, which both of those scenes were very miraculous to witness, but in a very pleasant way. Finally, for the story, I did not expect any Ultra Guardian element, but it surprisingly fit well for this episode, and even offered more for us to witness, with us seeing the gang looking up high in the sky, looking on the streets, and even getting involved in the battle. It was a very short battle, but it packed a lot of greatness for me. I actually shouted out, "Ooh!" when we first... I even shouted out "ooh" when we saw the first Storm Serena used against Persian. In fact, I'd say the whole battle was badass due to that action, and when I think about it more, it was a perfect excuse for us to witness more of Serena's skills in the battle, as it only just evolved. So, you know, it was just nice to see more of it, is what I'm trying to say. As you can see too, the Ultra Guardians seem to help this episode out a lot too. And with that said, let's focus more on the main trio for this episode now. Ash, Lily, and Sophocles. Surprisingly, it was a very lively and amusing trio for this episode. I just fell in love with all of their interactions. Most of this I had said during the storytelling section, but I just had to mention again how endearing I found all of it. Like seriously, Ash and Lily are so adventurous, and then there's Sophocles who's like, "Nah dude, I wanna be normal size again." Which was such a perfect blend of characters for this situation. You know what? I also really like how this series keeps splitting up the gang for some episodes too, as it just makes for such interesting and distinctive interactions. Same as we mentioned Lily too, I want to focus more on a character within this episode too. Firstly, we saw her put her hair into a ponytail, which that usually signifies that she's ready to be serious and go on an adventure, much like the Segalia arc and the Ultra Guardian episodes, which seeing it for this episode was very fitting and allowed us to get so many great Lily scenes. I'd probably say she's one of my favourite highlights due to everything she just did. And come on, you know I have to mention this next thing. This is the first time ever that we've seen Lily put her hair into a ponytail while wearing her original outfit, which is something I've been waiting to see for such a long time. And you know what? It doesn't look bad at all. I quite like seeing it. For sure her sea-powered outfit suits a ponytail way more than this outfit, but I still find this goddamn cute. So that's a plus for this episode too, I guess, being the Lily fanboy I am. But no, this won't count towards the rating. Otherwise, that'll be unfair. But, can we seriously get more of Lily like this, please? I'm even falling in love with all the fan art fans are making. Just look at this. But overall, as you can see, yeah, I was very into Lily within this episode. Don't take that out of context. Finally, for the story section of this review though, as you could see during the storytelling section, I found so many features to be very amusing, and that comedy is another reason of why this episode is so special and extraordinary to me. If I had to pick certain highlights though, that would be Ash and Lily ditching Sophocles, Kyori just getting readed out for the majority of the episode, and that hilarious ending with Togedemaru. That was so unexpected. Yes, I did expect a non-canonical ending, but nothing like that. This episode was just fun from start to finish. Even seeing Faba not be so evil was quite pleasant to see. But once again, keep Faba away from kids Pokemon School. Are you dumb? With that story section now complete though, let's now move on to the final sections, which is the animation and music aspects. Firstly, for the animation, it looked good throughout the whole thing, but my favourite highlights have to be this cheapy style, it was quite funny too, these water effects when the gang got splashed on, and finally, we have the animation during the Serena battle. All the moves look superb. As for the music highlights, I love the music when the machine first malfunctions, it fit perfectly, and it was a very amusing tune, same goes for the end of music. I love the little sound effect that played when Lily put her hair into her ponytail. That's even more emphasis that she becomes serious when she puts her hair into her ponytail, which wasn't really needed, but I admired it. And finally, if you guys allow me to count this, the shrunk voices of Ash, Lillie and Sophocles were really good. They even used the shrunk Ash voice for the title card. That's incredible detail. With everything I've said in this video though, I've decided to give this episode a rating of 10 out of 10 I guess. I mean, I didn't mention any bad aspects regarding this episode, apart from like the build up, but that easily got fixed in my opinion because of how great the rest of the episode was. So, you know, if I did find it to be perfect, I might as well give it a 10 out of 10. For sure, this was a sensational experience, and I would highly suggest that you guys check this episode out. If you haven't seen this episode though, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode though. I'd love to hear. It's completely understandable if you didn't enjoy this episode though. I respect that. So hopefully you can respect this review too. In fact, if you did actually respect this review, then do be sure to consider leaving a like and a subscribe for future Pokemon content. It helps out a ton. You'll also become a member of the Entity Squad. And today's subscriber shoutout goes to a loyal member called Adrian. Thanks for always commenting nice comments on my videos. If you want a shoutout, just use the hashtag Entity Squad. For now though, this is Entity Maze, signing out. Thank you for watching. I got so hyper during that review, I just loved the episode that much.